Okay, so I had shot a part 2, but I guess because I didn't have like storage on my phone, it didn't upload right or something. It's weird. So I'm going to do a part 2 of the garden tour. This is mid-June, and it rained last night, so I'm going to show the rest of the garden. Cane up to chain. Chickens are already out, so I've been leaving the coop door open because I did put a bigger fence in. Ooh, I gotta fix that shade cloth. I knew it would fall, but I'll get in there and fix it. So I'll show you. So I put a larger fence with the chicken coop. It is still kind of raining out here. There's a shade cloth. I gotta get up there and pin that back up. But I think it's supposed to be raining all day today. But chickens are out, already doing their thing. So this fence is really big, so they can't get out. None of them have escaped in days. I attempted to build a door. Kind of did build a door. Get this water out of here. I'm glad it rained. It was so hot yesterday. So my staple gun broke. So I wasn't able to staple this really well, and this part broke off. But here's the door. But yeah, they have a taller. I haven't seen any of them try to escape from here, so I don't think they can get up here, which is good because this is the only area that is shorter than the rest of everything else. And I have to replace this too. So I had already cut that, but I don't have my staple gun. Broke. And my umbrella didn't fly away, so I'm happy about that. So here's the overview of everything in the garden. All the garden. So, nice rains. So this is the rest of my spinach. Well, I have some spinach over there, but that is in those stackables, but they're flowering too. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this spinach. I left off with this bed. So there's peas, volunteer squash, lettuce in this bed. I also have some ground cherries that volunteered last year. So of course they coming back because wherever ground cherries go, they're going to be. So I suspect I'm going to get ground cherries every year in this bed. And squash, because squash was over here too. So I've got some volunteer squash over here that's getting pretty big. These peas, I put some nasturtiums and some marigolds in here. This is bee balm that's really big that will be flowering. This is roselle hibiscus, so that's growing pretty good. I had like 4 that I started from seed, and that was the one that survived. I also have some sage that came back and is flowering in this bed. Some peppers in some pots. So I think I'm going to have to put them, well, I'll have to separate this one out, but I think I'll have to put them in some bigger pots. That is echinacea. I have some carrots. These are the strawberries, bare roots that didn't come up. This is a moringa tree. My dog kind of broke it, but it survived and it's coming back. I've got carrots growing in this pot. They're looking good, so I'm happy about that. This is where my watermelon will go. That is a volunteer mulberry tree that volunteered itself last year, and I was gonna get some mulberry fruit, but the little buds all kind of like dried up and fell off, so I don't know why. I think this might have a little disease or something, this tree. These little brown spots on here, so maybe that has something to do with it, but I'm gonna let it keep growing, and we'll see what happens for next year. This is also bee balm, very big, and there's different herbs in here. We've got rue, mullein, toothache, some lavender, papalo, which is like cilantro. This is cilantro, but it's going to flower already. There's cilantro right there. It hasn't gone to flower yet. We have curry, a root beer plant. And then I put also some calendula in here, but it's taken a long time to grow. I think it's because of the wood chips, but it'll get used to it and then they'll start growing. That's what I've noticed. Nothing in here but weeds, so I'm gonna put a pepper in there. We've got some more marigolds over here, different brassicas, zinnias. Look at the ground cherries, all bunched up right here. So I'm gonna pull those out and keep like one. And I got ground cherries over there too. Borage, chocolate mint, spearmint. This is volunteer squash, 2 of them in here, and they will be flowering. I see some male flowers in there. Ooh, I see a female flower. Ooh, I see a female flower. I see a couple female flowers in there. And I pull this. This is considered a weed, but it is actually an edible. Not lady's thumb, but I forgot the name of it. Sorry. My turmeric, more volunteer borage, some volunteer dill, along with some carrots in here. So I don't see any crowns of the carrots yet, but they're going really well. In here, this is another herb bed. So our yarrow is starting to flower. Some more volunteer dill. This is toothache. I don't know why it looks like this, but cilantro, echinacea, cilantro that's flowering. And these are tomatoes and eggplants over here. So I've got to do some staking and some pruning, but the tomatoes are looking really good. I've also put some basil in here. Well, I wonder what that is. So yeah, they're like falling all over the place. So we've got some tomatoes growing in here, some eggplant. This is cream sausage tomato. Pretty, right? Basil, some nasturtiums, my eggplants, some more tomatoes, Look at that big one in here. Cluster in there. And this is a black strawberry tomato. Look at that. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Some more basil, eggplants. So, ooh, this one fell off. I mean, it broke off from the storm. This is large red cherry. Now, I'll just let it stay in there. Basil, nasturtium, some volunteer sunflowers that are getting huge. I've got Isis candy, so I'm growing about 40 different varieties of tomatoes this year. Some nasturtium in there. Look at these. Ooh. Yeah, so I need to do some pruning and some staking of these tomatoes. But they're looking good. A lot of volunteer borage over here. Put some celosia in here also that I grew from seed. This one is a Thornburg terracotta. So I'll be doing that. This is some walking onions, bunching onions, and I also put some carrot seeds in here. And I've seen some carrots coming up in here, but I need to get in here and weed this stuff out. And looks like we got some volunteer dill over there. But yep, these are some bunching onions coming up. My peonies are starting to die down, but those are really pretty. This is my garlic bed over here that's got some volunteer borage in it also, and some volunteer red lettuce. Might have that for lunch, you know, because that red lettuce will go bad and start tasting bitter. But the borage is flowering. My grapevines aren't doing anything, so they might be dead. These grapevines, I have 3 of them. They just might be dead. I don't see any buds or anything on them. Is that a bud? Maybe. I'm giving it a chance. That's the other one. This is celery, large red celery in this bed. And we've got strawberries and basil over here. Strawberry and basil. Strawberry plants are looking good. Got a lot of flowers over here on these strawberries. So I'm excited about my strawberries. This is a cherry tree and a volunteer zinnia with it. And another cherry tree and comfrey. And we've got some onions over here. I didn't grow as many onions as last year, but I don't know, I might plant some more onions, because I know I'm going to run out, because this is just not enough. And they're mostly red onions over here. Yeah, mostly red onions, and there's some yellow onions over there. This is evening primrose. This is really good women's health, and it will be flowering soon. I make a tincture. It's good for hot flashes. This is my apple tree that did not flower this year. Maybe because it keeps trying to grow another tree from down here. So I don't know what's up with that. But it didn't flower. And this is my pear tree. And I only have one pear tree. So I'll have to get another one for it to actually produce. But it hasn't flowered at all either. So I think it's just trying to grow back up because it had like died. This was the original branch. And I cut it off when I saw it died, and it's actually shot up a new one. So, yeah. So I got a lot to get this prepared for the melons, because my melons are ready to get in the ground. So I'll start preparing this bed. These are my Dollar General stackables. I went ahead. These are container tomatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and stake these up and see how they grow in here. I've got some lettuce, some spinach, some greens, some kale. This is cilantro going to seed. It'll be coriander. Some kale. It's supposed to keep raining today, so I'm just going to let the plants enjoy the rain. I transplanted this out of the, this is a volunteer squash plant that was in the strawberry bed. So I transplanted it over here, and it's growing some new leaves already, so it's doing well. The greenhouse is pretty much empty. I just got some hemp plants in here growing, and they'll stay in there. These are my other little onions. This is some basil, some opal basil, so I'm going to get that out into the ground. So these are just a few little yellow onions, so I'll plant them. Look like a little cilantro in there. Let's see. This is my table. I still need to get out some celosia, peas. I think I've shown this already in the first one. But yeah, oh man, my melons are dying. No, don't die. Don't die. That was a honeydew. Oh, I hope it bounces back. I gotta get these in the ground. My zinnias are looking bad too. They were okay, but now they're looking bad. And basil, lavender's looking pretty good over here. Lavender, so that's growing. So yeah, I need to get this stuff off the table and get it planted ASAP. Some eggplants, some basil. I need to get this out. This is calendula. So I think I'm going to go ahead and plant a couple of these now since I'm out here. A watermelon over here. A couple of watermelons over here. And tomatillos. These are tomatillos. Still some peppers and some tomatoes. So I need to get all these out into the ground. My corn is bouncing back. So that's a good thing. I thought I wasn't going to have corn this year, but the new corn is coming up that I've seeded, and the corn that was in the containers are bouncing back. There's also tomatoes over here. There's also tomatoes over here between the corns. That's glass gem corn and sweet white corn. sweet corn. And I've got some different squashes around. These squashes over here by this makeshift trellis is Tromboncina squash. So I've got like 4 of those there. I'm going to put a net on here so they can climb up the net. And yeah, and I got sunflowers. Also, I don't know if I showed these, but these are the Aldi. These are the Aldi trellises. So I put some scarlet runner beans in here, celosia, sunflowers. Look at how beautiful this is. These are the scarlet runner beans, so they're coming up. I haven't put anything in the Dollar Tree stackables yet. Also put some toothache in some of them. So that's the toothache. That's a blueberry bush that I think is no good. Looks like I got some tomatoes coming up over here. And it looks like it's a squash coming in here. Tomato, squash. I use a lot of my compost to mix in with these. Some radish. So there's a lot of different, plants growing in them. So yeah, I got a little bunnies over here eating my plants. And of course the yard needs to be cut. Here's some more toothache, celosia. So that is part 2 of the mid-June garden tour. I don't think this peach made it. I don't know, my peach trees keep dying. I think I've had 2 or 3 and they just don't make it. They don't make it. So I'm gonna probably buy me some peach trees that are already huge and big and research it first. Oh, I didn't show you my blackberry vines. So my blackberry vines right here, and they're getting blackberries. So I'm going to have a ton of blackberries this year, and I am so happy. This is the 3rd year they've been in my garden, and this is the 1st year that they flowered, and now I'm going to get some blackberries, and I'm super excited. I really like blackberries a lot, so I'm really excited about that. This year my roses are pink instead of red, which is pretty cool. And my bleeding hearts plant came back. Beautiful. I love this plant. They get humongous. And I have 2 of them, so I've got to plant the other one. The other one is a different species. This is my dahlias over here. One dahlia from seed that's growing, that's going to flower. So, celosia, different kind of flowers in there. So I'm pretty excited about the garden this year. It's looking really good. It's doing really good. It's a lot of work, but I like it, and I get to eat out of it. I just came out my door last night, grabbed me a little head of lettuce out of this stackable, and made a salad for dinner. So I can't wait till my cucumbers start coming in so I can have fresh cucumber. I've been eating pickles and putting pickles in my salad, pickles that I pickled last year. So I'm excited, It's a good thing to have fresh produce that you grew. It's a good feeling, and, I really love it. So I am going to plant a few things before I have to be doing work stuff. And, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and come back for more. I try to put out videos, but I do the best I can with what I got going on in my life, and just to show my journey of being a urban homesteader, and having chickens and doing it pretty much on my own. If I can do it, anybody else can do it. So, all right, take care. Bye.